brought you first? Look like some,
I don't know either, Alex, but it was
eggs with guinea pig, cage,
yeah,
cedar chips,
porcupine or something. But porcupine quills.
Oh, it's a poached eggs and baby stuffed muskrat with a little Australian lawn grass, shaved Madagascar carrots with baboon dandruff for spicing. That's not what you ordered?
It's one of our top sellers.
You want me to take it back to the kitchen? You don't want it? No.
Well, I'll have to throw it out now, so I might as well leave it here. You guys can eat it. I'll pass.
9 endangered species were killed to make this, and you don't want it. Okay. Just like that BS at the schools, that if a child is given a meal and they don't have the money for it when they get to the front, they make them throw it away.
Really?
Yeah, it's a real thing in our school system.
No kidding. Even if it's a mistake, they give it to the kid? Why on earth would that be a thing?
Yep. Hopefully they changed it, but I remember when that story came out, people were just in an uproar.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. It sounds like one of those really stupid bureaucratic things that somebody thought, that for some reason sounded good on paper.
This will deter people from trying to take advantage of the system and getting a free lunch.
And this will deter the cafeteria workers from making mistakes. No, it won't. Mistakes are mistakes.
In half a mile, take exit 228 toward I-275 north. Take exit 228.
I'm so tired. I have no idea why.
Continue for 22 miles.
It's another BS thing that people say. I slept too much.
Yep.
Okay. That's right up there with, I have too much money. I'm in such physical condition I can't take it anymore. I'm too physically fit. Whatever. My car is running too perfect. Slept too much.
Yep.
From the moment you're born, you're in a sleep deficit, my friend. When I get to my next stop, I'm going to look up your location relative to where we are and where we will be tomorrow, period. Maybe there would be time to come by and say hello at least, period. forgot it's that one toll plaza. Joe's working.
The live human, the only one left in the entire world. That's not true. West Virginia Turnpike still has them. Multiple lanes.
Probably the usual Cheesecake Factory, period. Let me take a look and see which location, period. Reservation for it tonight. None of that. You are 17 minutes into a 90 to 2,000 minute wait.
Have a seat. You can have a seat down there. Spacious.
Excuse me, ma'am, is that table big? Yes, it is. I'll take it. And I had to grab it quick, so I'm over there. I'm like, Mike! Mike! And neither of you heard me. Mike! And the two people that were near you, I remember they were like, you hear me? Why don't you turn around and, hey, buddy, that guy, are you Mike? So I texted Cornelius, let's sit. He got up and was headed for the host stand, and I waved him down, and he was like, oh, is this available? I was like, yes, sit down now, quickly.
And then still it took us an hour.
Right. We would still be waiting.
I'm serious, that's the problem with restaurants like that. I mean, you got to be, every element of the thing has to be on target, on point.
Pretty well. How about you? Still $1.50?
Yeah.
Thanks. Take it easy. That's post Elsa fee is $4. The service fee to clean up the debris.
Even though there is none, we factored it in, so
Right.
it's written down somewhere, so we have to
Right.
follow through with it.
All these ones for this stinking bridge, my wallet's getting thinner. Yes. Excellent explanation point. I'll put us down for 8 o'clock just to give us a cushion period.
Continue on I-275 north for 14 miles.
It's on 75, so I'm assuming it's not clear water. Yeah, Brandon Town Center Mall. The one at the Town Center Mall. What are those white things?
What?
At the bottom. Oh, that's kind of reflectors or something.
Solar panels.
There's that bridge that if you look at it right, freaks you out, makes you feel like you're driving straight up.
It's like that, what is that, bridge in Taiwan or wherever it is that you always see on the internet?
Right.
Where it does look like it's going straight up. They photograph it just right. And you can see cars going up it.
Right.
There it is. Mega structures. How they are built.
They ought to make them like the waterfront at Sarasota, that just nothing. It's just flat and off you go. I want to see how people are you serious? Like, people drive across here at 9 miles an hour.
I didn't get that. You mean
don't put any guardrails.
Oh.
Just make it wide open.
That would freak me out. What if a tire blows?
Circle of life.
So these cars.
Right. That's a nice reef y'all have out in Tampa Bay.
That's right. It's our automobile
What is
graveyard
that?
artificial reef.
Well, that's a Ford. There's a Land Rover. That's a truck.
There's a couple of semis right
It's like
there.
a Publix container. Makes for good diving. The fish love it. Everybody, take it to the extreme. You want your freedom? You want government out of your life? Fine. Well, just basic engineering. No safeguards in
No,
place.
nothing. Just you want to get it from here to there, you figure out how
No
to do
more
it.
hurricane warnings. I will tell you it's coming, but you don't want to evacuate? Fine. Stay. What?
Well, that's inhumane.
Nobody's telling me what to do. You know, Mark, there's a whole movie franchise basically based around this premise called The Purge. So there's like Purge Forever, whatever they need to do. I got one for you, Hollywood. The Purge Weather Edition.
Yeah. The Purge Cat 5.
Right. President comes on and says, there is a Category 5 hurricane coming. We're going to give you one advisory. And then we're shutting off all the satellites. Tropical Tidbits is going to be rolled up. No one will know. It's 1900 all over again. Good luck. Actually, that's a Mark Burnett game show on CBS. Survivor Hurricane Edition. For one day. No hurricane warnings, right? I'd still be able to figure out where to put on the cameras. People like me would want me on your team. Alliances will be formed.
Team HT. I guess their tribe's HT tribe.
Right. When we were at, I think it was Glen Canyon, Marble Canyon, whatever it is,
Lynn Campbell? What?
in April. And I hope to take you out there in August for Monsoon. You drive across it, and right next to it is, it's called the Old Navajo Bridge, and then it's one of those, it's the beginning of the Grand Canyon, basically. It's called Marble Canyon, and it's beautiful. You come past these cliffs, and you cross the Colorado. There's a rest area you can pull off, and then you can walk across an identical bridge, but it's a footbridge. And I was like amped up, like, yeah, I think I told you this.
Yeah.
And I was terrified. I mean, my legs went weak. I couldn't, like, I wanted to get down on the ground and just crawl along like a snail. Anybody that got near the edge, whether it's my family, my kids, didn't matter. It freaked me out. I mean, I thought I was going to have a full-blown panic attack. And I kept trying to tell myself, you got to be kidding me, right? I mean, you go into Cat 5 hurricanes and you're scared of this. It's got a 9-foot rail. I mean, what's the deal? And I couldn't overcome it. It was horrible. And so I was visibly upset, telling them, please get away from the edge, kids. And they would mess with me. Dad, look at me. I'm just like, no. And I'm leaving, and this lady goes, tell them to read the book Death from the Grand Canyon or something. It's a book about all the people that have fallen off the edge of the Grand Canyon.
What? lady.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll read that on the way. On the way back.
I know you're trying to be helpful. Not so much.
That's when you say too soon.
I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if we get out there and if it's just you and me. Now, I don't have people that I care about. I mean, I care about you, but I know that you're not going to accidentally fall over the edge.
Well, they weren't going to accidentally fall over the edge either.
No, children, there is a non-zero chance. Mike Farrow, it's 0.
Well, they have 9-foot walls.
It's actually not. It's enough. I mean, you can climb up on it and jump off.
Oh, okay.
But it freaked me out. I was very upset. I've got the GoPro footage of it. It might even be on the GoPro. I should play it for you at the next hotel. It's really funny.
It's weird. Selective fears.
Right, but had there been a 40-foot rattlesnake or a dragon or something, I'd have been like, cool. Like the hail
Kids,
thing,
center,
like you
here, let me
said.
get a picture.
And in the middle of all of this, Mark says, this is cool. I never knew that I was afraid of heights. I don't know, maybe it wasn't a fear of heights. Maybe it was a fear of the lack of widths. Come on, that's funny. It's cerebral, but it's funny because it's a narrow canyon, so there's not much width.
Oh, I thought you said widths.
Widths.
Widths, okay, all right.
WIDTHS.
Yeah, that joke may not work just because of pronunciation.
I'll make sure I have subtitles going during that one.
Yeah.
Cue cards.
That one you want to leave out of the live act.
No, I'll just bring Rebecca out. She'll do the cue cards for that one. For this next joke, I need you to watch her while I do the bit. And here we go. But I tried everything I could to convince myself that there was no reason to be upset. And it didn't work. I had to literally go back to the van.
Jeez.
And just stare ahead at this lady eating a big block of cheese at the little rest area thing.
Now that would scare me.
It was this kind of nomad-looking people. There was a lady and her husband. He was very thin, but he had a beard. And they were just eating cheese off this big giant block.
People do that. That's the thing.
Rebecca said that she made sure they had enough cheese for the pandemic or something like that. We are not going to a dine-in place, so help me. We're going to eat this cheese.
This is dinner.
And breakfast and lunch for the next 9 months.
Sundial. Yeah, there it is. Tropicana.
So tonight's the night. Like I said in my update yesterday, no problem. Hockey game, come on down, enjoy it. If the Lightning win, party, no worries in town. I should use that to my advantage, make a promotional clip. Mark correctly forecasted the weather for the victorious Lightning hockey game. All the other Tampa weather forecasters were whatever, just blatantly like accurate, dependable, innovative. sadly, that is what happens in media. They'll take something as mundane as that and run with it.
You are so right, my friend. And it's a true warehouse. TRU. It's just the same logo.
We were going to stay there tonight, but I opted out. I didn't want to.
A true warehouse.
That's the hotel. It should be True Hotel.
It's a true warehouse.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd. Well, there's one. There's only two around here, and I thought that was the one.
No,
Just a coincidence.
I don't know what is true warehouse.
Okay, strange. Well, there was one around here, and the only parking was in a garage, and it was like, man, it was $16 a day.
Yeah.
Nope. Again, overcomplicated. And getting this truck into a garage and those spaces that are made for a Volkswagen. To help us out,
It's possible.
you're good to go.
Anything.
And fly and land at a predetermined location.
Yeah.
So we got Musk that's going to go up in Blue Origin. Oh, sorry.
That's
Bezos. Musk has got the SpaceX. We need to get in touch with Branson.
He's going up in his.
Yeah, but everybody's doing that. Let's get him to build us a balloon, and we all go up in the eye of a hurricane in person. Kind of like what Felix Baumgartner did, but
I don't know who that is.
the dude in 2013 that jumped out of the Red Bull thing at 118,000 feet. And then the guy that, some Puma billionaire, just one-upped him quietly with no promotion a couple of years later, like 130. Yep. Yeah, his name was Felix Baumgartner.
In 2 miles, use the right lane to take exit 30 for Florida 686 West, Roosevelt Boulevard.
Roosevelt Boulevard.
What we're gonna do? Okay, right.
In half a mile, use the right lane to take exit 30 for Florida 686 West, Roosevelt Boulevard.
The land of the ugly clover leaves.
Use the right lane to take exit 30, then use the right lane to keep left.
Use the right lane to left.
Use the right lane to keep left.
No, that's exactly how you said it. Kind of didn't make any sense.
I don't remember any of this, by the way.
In half a mile, keep right. Follow signs for Florida 686 West, Airport.
We were talking about it.
I remember driving. I just don't remember all this interchange nonsense.
Keep right.
See, like I would have remembered this. This is nuts. Call that the Mad Max part of Tampa.
Yeah, that's what we were making reference to it. It was the Home Shopping Network.
Continue on Florida 686 West for half a mile.
It's massive. That's like CNN style.
We're on Surface
Half a
Street.
mile, use the left 2 lanes to take the exit toward Florida 688 West, Florida 686 West.
Let's just check to see where the hell we're going.
I'm thinking it might be wrong.
Today's episode, yeah, I mean, they got us routed to the causeway.
Continue for half a mile.
Let's see.
In half a mile, use the left 2 lanes to merge onto Florida 688 West Alberton Road.
Whoa.
Like, we definitely didn't do this. go.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto County Road 6, 11, 49th Street North. Turn right onto County Road 6, 11, 49th Street North.
611,
I'm
County
very,
Road 611, then 49th Street.
very
She ran them all
curious.
together.
Continue on County Road 611 for 4 miles.
Yeah, it's County Road 611.
Very curious to see where this ends up. 60 East. Okay, yeah, I mean, whatever. Must have been a ball bearing spill on the interstate or something she's running.
No, we were talking about how this looked all run down and ghetto-y looking and bail bondsman. And
This is more industrial.
yeah, it's all industrial. I remember commenting about it. I guess the backside of the airport, I think, probably. Land is cheap.
Engineering.
Parking lot out here in the middle of nowhere. Is there, does the tram run out of here? Parking's $1 a day.
What about the runway and being surrounded by water?
Yeah.
This is annoying.
It's the way 74, 76 used to be.
Right.
Heading to the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge. They finally fixed that. Make you sick after a while. Ugh. Undulating.
Continue on Bayside Bridge for 1 mile. Half mile, use the right lane to take the Florida 60 East ramp to Tampa.
This will blow your mind. We haven't even been down here for 48 hours
To
yet.
take the Florida 60
Wow.
East ramp.
That does blow my mind.
It seems like a week.
It does. What?
Quarter mile, keep right.
What? Are you sure? Let me check my. You gotta be wrong on that.
You're making that up.
That sounds made up.
No, 48 hours ago, we were in Florence, South Carolina. Whatever.
Continue on Florida 60 East for 4 miles.
Okay. Fires ahead. Slow down. Fines. Oh, $163. My limit is 165, so
I'm
going
good.
for it. I'm willing to take a chance.
$2 cushion.
Do you have $163 to go? Fine, Bob. Go ahead. Yeah, that's like that's $163. Psychologically, there's a reason why they set that number. Damn, man, 163. I do remember that yesterday and contemplated it. And then we're going to cross over that bridge up there, and then we'll be to the part of the causeway that we utilized.
Go.
But I don't remember all that other hobnob we went through.
We went to the other way. We're going the other way.
Goodness.
They closed the airport here. So I'm back up now.
Yeah. Yes. You're advocating for energy? Yeah, I'm here. Are you there? I am here. Are you there? Because I'm in the I'm in the cubicle. I'm in the cubicle across from you, actually. Yeah, it's pretty weird, isn't it? Like, and Mike's over here. Mike's with me. You know, Mike got recruited by Jenkins. Mike, my partner Mike, he's next to me too. We work right across from you.
I'm in the next cubicle.
Yeah, there's Mike.
Are you Fred? Are you Fred? Fred?
You were the homeowner of a single-family regular house, right?
Well, I was living in a van down by the river. I mean, I guess I finally hung up on me. What was that? He just kept.
He couldn't figure out how to do with it, so we jumped back into the script.
In a quarter mile, slight right.
I'm gonna ignore that one.
I just realized what she said.
It is not a good idea. Why would she say that?
What is wrong with her?
That scam guy got into my
Yeah.
Google. That was funny.
Why is he out in the middle?
Right. Picking up cues. Yeah, I can do these fake phone calls all day, people. Bring them.
I love that TV lady that got the scam guy. She played along with him, and just as he was saying, if you'll just give me your social security number, and she's going, okay, you ready to write it down? Yep, I can write it down. Okay, here's my social security number. And she goes, 3, 2, 1. Hi, this is Linda Jones, and we have a special guest on the phone here. And she used the 3, 2, 1 to count down into her news piece that she was wanting to do on the scam artist.
Wow. Look at that. Essentially,
Yeah.
much rougher.
Yeah.
So I think this is where we entered.
Oh. Gosh, well, people in there. Jeez.
This side might be closed. That'll present some problems.
Yes, it is.
Might. And there's the box right there. So we'll just go up here and get it. Isn't it? No, that's a sign.
I don't see it.
There's 4 trillion people. There it is. It's right there.
Right, yeah.
That's all right.
You can
The
jump
good
the
thing is
guardrail.
we don't have to jump. I'd rather jump the guardrail than jump the river.
Yeah.
Really, that goes all the way down.
There's
Good
no way
luck.
to get across that now.
All right, I'm gonna pull this camera. Hold our calls. Bring those back to North Carolina. Bye. See you on the next. All right. Got a nice souvenir. Just catching up on a couple of things.
Rain over there.
Yeah, nice rain shaft. Wow, look at the Kramer's house. Big thunderhead in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph, he's hilarious. Sent this for those water recoveries. Buy that, and you can put it across that and walk across it.
There you go. Had we not been able to, if this were a, tall chain link fence, we'd have been right up the Doo-Doo River.
All right, so the next one is coming up, and it's
Yes.
also on a tree.
It wasn't far.
Right. There's those dumpsters. Sorry, dude, behind me, but
There it is. Nope.
let me just get out of this guy's way. There it is, down there, I think.
Yep, that's it.
Never mind. This is nice because we got a good little pull off too. Beautiful.
Beautimus. All right. St. Petersburg.
Continue on Florida 60 East for 4 miles.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was thinking getting some decals to put on these trucks that are exactly what they say they are. They're not trying to look official or whatever. Just, I think the perfect decal is some kind of a rectangle, Helvetica font, maybe like a white background with black lettering or something, or whatever, figure that out. But it would just simply say Hurricane Field Team. That's
perfect. Well, it's like your shirt, Hurricane
Right.
Research.
Yeah.
You know, bingo. Oh, that's the hurricane.
Right.
guy.
Right.
Doesn't say,
They see it, and
Yeah.
it's just
right. It's not your name.
right.
It's not the company. It's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So you
perfect.
guys are the Hurricane Field Team. Who are you with? And then we can start a conversation.
Yeah. You're like, from school or something?
Right.
You know, Central Florida, maybe?
If I ever accidentally do something really stupid, it doesn't have my website on, or somebody put me on social media or whatever in the wrong context.
Mhm.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
it's like, but and people know me. It's not, oh, now I can do stupid stuff because people won't know who I am. I mean, just any little thing, and it gets misconstrued.
Any little thing. He was driving recklessly down the road. He
Right.
changed lanes
Look,
to
here's-
avoid hitting a squirrel or
right.
something.
It says Hurricane Field Team. That's not a thing, or whatever. That could be anybody. No, it's not for that. It's just, it simplifies it.
I like. And you can get away with.
It's not commercial. It's not. Yeah, it's perfect. Consider it done. I'll get David over at Fast Signs to make me a bundle.
In half a mile, keep right at the fork. Follow signs for Florida 60 East, Florida 660.
Nondescript Grand Hyatt.
Keep
Yeah, it's
right at
just
the fork.
Monstrosity, but just
Right.
like us.
yes.
In Vegas, it would be the whole top of the roof would be the name of the hotel.
Right.
It would flash in neon lights. There'd be big arrows down. Oh, it's business to be in Vegas would be the neon lights business.
Now, as you'll see when we go out there for the Monsoon, it's the LED display sign business.
Well,
Continue on Florida 60 East for 1 mile.
yeah, you would have had to have migrated, evolved into that.
I don't want to go to the airport. You gotta let me over, people. We're not flying anywhere.
Yeah.
It says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop second guessing Google. The Siri lady, Miss Siri.
In half a mile, take the I-275 south exit towards St. Petersburg.
I told you that she follows me on Twitter, right?
Who?
The Syrian lady voice.
Oh, you did tell me that. Yeah, the voice. Yeah. You ever get
Take
the
the I-275 south exit.
opportunity to get fairly close in communication with her? I would
Continue
love
on I-275 south, 17 miles.
love to hear how the process of recording all that stuff goes. It just sounds so arduous to me that I don't think I'd want to do it.
For the union pay of $75 a day.
Exactly. Even though you would ubiquitous.
Never paid a mortgage with Ubiquity, though.
Exactly.
You mean Bitcoin? No, Ubiquity. I don't know what that is. It means everybody knows who I am. Well, us here at Bank of America take Bitcoin or US dollars. We don't
speak
likes,
ubiquity.
shares, stars, happy faces, or thumbs up. Aw, man, how about credit? All these TV stations that gave me credit? Nope.
How about exposure? Not even that. That's what they do to struggling actors and singers and stuff. Think of the exposure. Play this stage, there's going to be 10,000 people out there.
And one of them
Might be the owner of Columbia Records.
turned out to be a nice day down here.
We got that pesky storm out of here. It's amazing. They have these 3 massive bridges crossing this body of water. We can't get one bridge built across a relatively narrow river in Wilmington. It's not a drawbridge or a toll bridge.
It just sucks.
And it gets back to when we were traveling in Louisiana and all those bridges that we encountered, the bodies of water. They were able to finance building of bridges over
312 people.
for 312 people. Yeah.
They just build bridges. They finish one and they start a new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, why? Do they need more lanes? What do they? Why there's 4 lanes here on either side? And yeah, they didn't just build a 2-lane, 4-lane road, 2 times 2. This was 4 lanes over here and 4 lanes over there, and all 3 of them are like that. It's like, this can be done, people. Look at Tampa. And Tampa's not, New York City. It's a nice town, big. You got a football team, got a baseball team.
Current Stanley Cup champions in about 6 hours.
Maybe, yeah. But a very good hockey team. Again, it doesn't have the population density of a New York City.
It's not going to surprise me if the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge just falls into the river one day.
Another Silver Bridge disaster taking, 200.
Now what are we going to do?
Well, now we will build you one. But it's going to be a toll road. Toll road, come on.
In Wilmington will be like Cameron, Louisiana. You have to take a ferry.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing down there, Cameron. Ferry, it's like you can see across. It's right there. Yeah, it's this intracoastal waterway, and they cannot put a bridge there because they bring giant ships through it. It would be like $4 billion or something. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'll just put a ferry.
That's really what it comes down to. Even though you can throw a baseball with your child across the way, to build a bridge.
We'll build $1 trillion system going down to Grand Isle.
Yeah. For 312 people.
Monsoon, you can get a pretty significant event where your daytime thunderstorm chances are 50, 60, 70%. But normally it's 20, 30%, maybe 40. And you look at that and you think, is even the point? But that's the thing, is somebody somewhere out there will get these big thunderstorms. And it's just Arizona. I mean, it's not that big. And you get the HRRR that kind of gives you an idea of where they're going to pop up. But then there's just, even if it's 100 miles away and you don't get under it, it's going to throw lightning out. There's so many aspects to it that is different than the plains, where if you want to see a tornado, you got to pick the right one, and da-da-da-da-da. You'll see. I mean, there's the potential that a thunderstorm develops and it produces a big outflow boundary, and that creates a big dust storm, and that's really fascinating to see. You have, maybe it's out in rural Maricopa County, it's 110 degrees, and the updrafts are so strong that there's just little families of dust devils everywhere, and they're just so neat to see. There could be thunderstorms up in the Prescott National Forest, and it creates a huge amount of rain up in the forest, and a flash flood comes down some burn scar or a wash, and we're 30 miles away and we see that. You don't even have to be near the thunderstorm. And there's slot canyons that fill up with water, and you just got to be at the right place at the bottom of it to see it. There's not we got to have supercells and you have to see a tornado or it's a failure. That's not what it is. And the light, that storm can be 30 miles away, and you actually what you want, so you get the nice crawlers and whatever. So when we get closer to it and so forth, and you look at the forecast or whatever, you see Phoenix, 20% chance of thunderstorms, and you're like, what? That's not the whole story.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
And then just all the other beauty out there.
Differentness.
Yes. You have thunderstorms that develop over the mountains. They can come up over the Mogollon Rim, near the Grand Canyon, the northern part of Arizona. You could just have big thunderheads that are dry thunderstorms that are just gorgeous to photograph, or maybe you do a time lapse. Lots and lots of aspects to it. You know, if it says for the next 3 or 4 days that you want to go out there, hot, sunny, 0% chance, then you don't go, because there is no, well, something might pop up. No, when the heat ridge is sitting over it, that's it. It's capped. Period. It could be 140 degrees and you're still not getting thunderstorms. The fact that it's 140 degrees is why you're not getting once they form and you get thunderstorms, even rain, whatever, the smell of it, you'll never forget. I cannot describe it. It's very distinct. The wet desert. It's not even necessarily.
Use the middle two lanes to stay on I-275 south.
It's not necessarily a good smell. It's not bad. It's just distinct. You're like, there's the wet desert, rain in the desert smell.
Use the middle two lanes to stay on I-275 south. Continue on I-275 south for 3/4 of a mile.
And the lighting out there is more vivid. I guess because the air is drier or something, so it's not as filtered, but it's more white.
In half a mile, use the left two lanes to take exit 22 for I-175 east.
It's either bright, vivid white, or it's very bright blue, like a flash bulb. So it's amazing.
Use the left two lanes to take exit 22. Continue for 1 mile.
It's been 8 today. We'll account for the 8,000 cars that I see.
And I just love walking through the dry washes. They're called arroyos. And it's like time frozen. And when it rains and those things fill up, it's like geologic time is sped up.
Half a mile, merge onto 5th Avenue South, Darling Boulevard.
And you can just see geologic processes happening, or the remnants of them. It's kind of like paleogeology, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's neat. And the different climates that drive that. And there's small washes, there's real big ones. Some of them, they have names. Most of them, they do name them on topo maps.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto 1st Street South.
And there's creatures out there, jackrabbits, that are just one of the weirdest things you'll ever see.
Giant ears.
Yep. And these weird haunches, these legs. And they move at like Mach 1 through the desert. It scares you. Something giant just went by. Didn't even make a sound. Fatality in Jacksonville. 1 dead after tree falls on cars. Ugh. That's a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that.
But can happen in a nothing storm like this.
Right.
That tree's ready to go down. Sometimes this is all it needs to
Right, and that's
take
why
it down.
Pizza Man.
In a 1/4 mile, turn right onto 1st Avenue Southeast.
every time we've been down here.
That's true. What's going on there?
A little bit.
It's not like that.
Turn right onto First Avenue.
It does look like, I
Yeah.
mean, it
Right.
juts out there like, oh, here it is right here.
That's that.
Yeah.
Then we get to get on that roundabout. Here, that's funny.
A lot of people here today. Oh, there's a spot up there. If you can get in.
Oh, it's all the way up.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be quick.
Right.
Just point me in the direction to get a permit. Argue. We're not here for the marina. We're here for the camera.
In the marine.
All right.
Woo! The lovely smell.
Every one of them's gone. This was wildlife haven? Man. No, the storm blew them out. Right. Probably a lot of them maybe just washed up here on the land. I don't see any, but unless when they already picked them up. And they may have. What is it again? I don't remember. 2399. Maybe at the end of this trip I'll remember that number. Lay it out in the harbor face up. Still running. Bye. See where it goes. You know, I had that idea in 2014. It was Carrie's idea. The drifting surge cam. Really? Yep. It was a surge cam. Yep. Purposely, it was a larger case, big battery in it. It provided just enough ballast so that the camera would come up above the water line, and you would leave the box out there. It had a spot locator in it, and you would just let the surge get it and see where it goes, and see what it sees. Tried it during Arthur. Cantori helped me deploy it in wave out on the Outer Banks. And it ended up about a mile and some change away up under some guy's trailer. Cantori was stuck down there for 2 days because of the bridge getting bleached. This temporary bridge that was out there after Irene. And he went and got it. And I had a reward set up for it for $500. And I gave him the money and he gave it to a charity. True story. Wow. You need to tell that story. That's the story. Right here, yeah. It would be interesting to see where it goes. Have drift data from the spot locator.
Hold on, we're trying to get a. Wow.
My name is Frank, and I'm calling you from senior care. How are you getting station?
Truck. There was a whole bunch of mongoose that were chasing me. I'm over in Africa at the moment, working on an expedition with my colleague here. It literally sounded like 50 people in that call center. Did you hear it? It sounded like a busy lunchroom at Microsoft. Hi, Senior Care Center. This is whatever, Frank or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people with an Indian accent named Frank. Or Jason or whatever he said. All the people that I know from India, and this is a true story, so don't come after me. Gurinder. It's one guy that I know. He works for GE in Wilmington. Gurinder Alawalia. Not Frank or Jason. But keep it coming. Touch base with CJ. Hey, Tracy, if you're listening and you can hear me, I got your email from Patreon here about adding your wife to the Patreon email list. I do not have a way to do that myself, unfortunately. And we don't have a separate list. I was trying to think. You might be able to set up something in your email that when you get something from Patreon, you could also forward it to her email. That's a thing, right? Especially on stuff like Yahoo. I mean, anything should do that. My wife would like to be added to your Patreon email list. Yeah, I don't have a way to do that myself, but I think that would work. So if you get something from Patreon and I post something, you could also forward that. It's like a message rule or something. If it's from Patreon, also send it to so-and-so at so-and-so.com.
It sounds like a thing.
Michael heard a lot of rotten trees in Florida. I shouldn't laugh, but it's just the way he says that. I can hear it in his British accent. My stomach's growling. Wow, look at this. I'll show you the latest track map. For goodness sakes. After I delete all these apps that my kids have added, default show up on mine. That's annoying. So, I think Eric Davis can cancel his chat. It's not coming anywhere near Wilmington. And I know that it affects us 10 to 8, but I mean, come on, man. That's not even close.
Not even close. Now, Raleigh, looks like Raleigh's
Right.
going to get.
I mean, there'll be some ban. Well, we understand how that works, but that's a pretty big shift to the west.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's trending. It had been trending anyway, but it keeps trending. memes. He writes this stuff.
It certainly does look formidable. Look at that. Gosh.
Even still, after over that much land.
There's bands coming off into Georgia. Wow.
Head north towards 2nd Avenue Southeast.
We'll go ahead and head over there. There's a mall there. We can tool around the mall until CJ gets there.
Yeah, I gotta use the little voice room too.
So, yeah, if we see a Wawa or something, we can do that.
Are we far away from the mall?
It's 40-something minutes.
Yeah, if you can find something.
Yeah.
It's easy in, easy out.
Right.
No immediate rush though.
All right. Let's see what we got.
This couple standing there, and they're by this lake, and the guy's going, "Isn't this so much better without our devices?" And there's like the real Loch Ness monsters swimming in the water. Your mom's fed up. Your wife's fed up with the channel that Daphne watches with playing. I don't even know what it is. She doesn't say what it is.
What's she saying?
They're
In 100 feet, turn left onto 2nd Avenue Southeast.
Barbie
Turn
is
left onto 2nd
Right.
Avenue Southeast.
Barbie and is helping
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Bayshore Drive
These-
Southeast.
doll kids in the emergency room. And of course, she's all over that. Everything is wrong about it.
All right.
And then she finally says, her little mind will no longer be influenced by this crappy YouTuber. You know, it's,
Turn right onto Bayshore Drive Southeast, then turn left onto Central Avenue Southeast.
it's just something that they just put together on the spur of the moment.
Yep.
Just to film something, to have content.
Right.
They didn't care whether it was accurate or not.
Turn left onto Central Avenue Southeast, then turn right onto 1st Street North.
It was bright yellow. How'd you miss it?
I didn't see it. Your
All right.
TV monitor there blocked it.
Turn right onto 1st Street North, then turn left onto 1st Avenue North.
Your Jumbotron.
Jumbotron in the middle of the dashboard.
All right.
Head north on Beach Drive Northeast toward 1st Avenue Northeast, then
Where are you
turn
talking
left onto
about?
1st Avenue Northeast.
That's what you told me to do.
Head north on Beach Drive Northeast towards Sunshine Lane Northeast. In 800 feet, turn left onto 3rd Avenue Northeast.
Yeah, we're going to turn on second. You can just deal with it.
Looks like a nice street to drive down.
Head west on 2nd Avenue Northeast toward 1st Street North. In 1,000 feet, turn right onto 3rd Street North.
Mm-hmm. there's an AMC theater.
Turn right onto 3rd Street North.
Cordova Inn. Interesting house. This is authentic.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto 5th Avenue North. Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto 5th Avenue North.
Headlight out.
In a quarter mile, slight left onto I-375 West, signs for I-275 West, North Bay Drive.
Thank you. No warning at all that the turn that I made was going to blink me.
Didn't say merge left, straight lanes, or you'd have been turning right back there.
Slight left onto I-375 West, signs for I-275 West, North Bay Drive.
I guess she thinks because we've come this way so often that we should know these things. Be like, you know where you are now. You're on your own. You've been this direction 32 times. By now it should be second nature.
He's right. Somehow this is in portrait mode. It's hilarious.
In a quarter mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the I-275 North exit toward Tampa.
I'll deal with it later. Plugged it into the car for power and it just
Use the right 2 lanes to take the I-275 North exit. Continue on I-275 North for 22 miles.
we'll get off at exit 24. Bathroom break. Get a little snack. It's 2 hours till supper. Alright. course, people are not looking right here. Two rows over from me. There goes somebody smart. Look at him. You know what they're doing. So I just had to make. I wish I brought lunch with me because I'm gonna be here for a little bit. Talk to you later.
Is.
I don't know what that.
For metal. COVID started in that thing. They don't fit in the cup. They don't fit in the cup. Put it down there. There you go. Whatever. Sit on my M&Ms because they're ice cold. This is annoying. Let's see. Ask him if it's back in. I said it's in portrait mode. Fix that. It's always.
I meant to send that to my dad. Okay. Florida man.
Somebody sent me a thing on talk about long lines at the gas station in Wilmington. Gas stations in Wilmington together.
Of course there are.
Because of the storm that's not going to come.
Go away.
Right.
Do it.
Turn right onto 22nd Avenue.
Cars. Okay.
Cars.
Right. And what is this? What am I? That's very odd. Come on. You can do it. You can do it.
Use the left 2 lanes to
Get so upset. Phone call.
It's the last time I'm out.
I can't do this anymore. Need this line here. No matter. McCarthy. This is a really
We're back on Thursday. What will it take for him to put an answer in
They
Cleveland?
really are.
Keyshawn, J. Will and Zubin, Thursday morning.
That would have been scary.
Yeah.
The Gomez files come in for Lucy's law firm. Unwinnable case. The case documents are in Spanish. My dude, you do. With Indeed, your sponsored job description. .com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsor. For the
Whatever
eagle-eyed knights in shining armor. And for all, we are Granger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgranger.com/safe
working for Sunrise
for the ones.
on ES, whatever.
Yep.
Calling high school football, like
Hanover High School to do their football games, which Sunrise has had for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. So
Continue on I-275 north for 3 miles.
yep.
right.
Yep. End of the year. It's always the Hanover Hurricane. For 3 years now, so
Thank you.
For Blues and a lifetime of better reads to game. Also available at Target, Walgreens, CVS, Bed Bath, and Rite Aid. Navan, NAV, 2020 is crazy, but online ordering, local delivery, and pent-up demand for sports fan gatherings has created an amazing sports bar franchise, but don't want to commit to a multi-million-dollar deal. There's a lower startup, lower sports bar franchise option. Wings Etc. Grill. Wings Etc. offers the best sports bar features, full bar, family dining, a diverse menu, sports programming, even gaming, all backed by a rock-solid proprietary training. Operators 500,000 and 200,000 in available cash. You may qualify to be part of the lower startup, lower break-even sports bar franchise. Wings Etc. Find out more at Better Wings. Franchise.com.
What's better than a mortgage interest rate and APR? In the twos? A no closing cost mortgage loan with an interest
want
rate
an Dorito?
and a little cash on your monthly mortgage payment. Call Cash Call Mortgage today. Our
I'm not
rates
much
are
of a
always
snacker
free.
in
Get your
general.
mortgage rate APR at 692s. Cash Call Mortgage to lower your interest rate and save you some cash. What are you waiting for? With low rates and no closing costs. 124. That's 800 800-737-0124. 800-737-0124.
Just can't get enough football.
Keep right at the fork.
It's 729-3776 888 ESPN. Rest, they say, was
His father was Mike Golick of Mike and Mike.
I love them.
So they dumped Mike and Mike and eventually dumped Mike Greenberg went over to TV. Son still employed by ESPN, and the father is not. It's gonna be awkward at family reunions.
Why did ESPN do that?
He
I love
wouldn't.
Mike and Mike.
He just wasn't. He just wasn't testing well. Mike and Mike was testing. He could ask for whatever he wanted, and he wanted to be taken off the radio show and just do TV exclusively. Because he knew that's where the bucks were, and he was right. Not on the morning show, but in the midday show by himself.
Continue on US 90. For 6 miles.
What is all the what are the Amazon trucks there? What is that?
Sponsorship that they had for the jerseys, right? Like Mark, you might have you beat on that.
So they can park there whenever there's not racing. Or something, right?
Exactly. Perfect.
They came right out and said that, but if you read between the lines, you can tell that. And it was really sad because I just read an article the other day from ESPN, and he basically came right out and said, I wasn't good enough.
What a name.
TNA. You don't hear too many people say that. Oh, it's just, parting of the ways, just different philosophies. There are philosophical differences.
I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but I enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh, it was the middle of the day show was one of the best things on radio anywhere, on any network. It's a local TV station, Channel 10, Tampa Bay 10. Out of Miami. They did it live in Miami. But it was too weird ESPN. Because, I mean, like 10 people in the studio.
They had some surge up here. Look,
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, easy.
people got rolled up.
The water's right there.
All right, look.
It's not even an edge.
Boats washed up. This spot.
Oh, these towers. Oh, look at that. One on either side of the road.
This is a good spot. These telephone poles. Wonder where we are.
Old school radio towers. This is like 1940s style radio
Right.
here. Yeah, exactly. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Let's go to press.
Yeah, the Gandy Bridge. Mental note. When, but I started listening to ESPN radio. I just couldn't hack Tyler Crowley. It was just terrible for me. Eh.
It would go from Mike and Mike to Dan Levitar, and I mean, it was so good that I would go in the studio to get like paperwork done so I could listen to it and not be. I mean, God, it was hilarious. And they knew sports, but it was like they would go, you know, sometimes they would go the whole show, not even do any sports. They would just talk movies and stuff.
Right.
Radio circles was ESPN doesn't get Dan Levitar. And eventually they pulled the plug. So now there is nothing that really wash network. Even Greenberg.
Right. Yeah. Scared them. Sadly, Google thinks that I'm on that.
Yeah. Wood. We're right under it.
Head east on West Candy Boulevard
Ah.
towards Southwest Shore Boulevard.
Oh, listen. There's cameras everywhere. It's the Truman Show. No, they're not on the elevated expressway. They're on the surface street. Bring that camera down. Pick up the camera. There it is. That.
Continue on West Candy Boulevard for 1 mile.
It wants me to get on the expressway. Not. Gonna do it.
Ally believes in helping you make the most of your money so you can save, invest, and spend on the things that matter to you. With their digital tools and award-winning customer service, Ally.com. That's ALLY.com. Ally.com. Mortgage products offered by Ally Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Having your own home is awesome, but it's also a lot of work. The good news, finding help for your projects is easier than ever. Your seasonal tasks on autopilot, and you can handle all of that and more. Expert pros and hundreds of home projects, clear pricing, and the easiest way to book and pay in seconds. This is Angie, your home for everything home. Download the app today. In a quarter mile, use the right lane to take the ramp to Florida 618 to
This is iHeartRadio.
Sudduth Expressway.
Facilities.
Take the ramp to Florida 618 to East. In 500 feet, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto US 92 East. Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto US 92 East.
For lowering scores. Download Imagine Golf for free. Play better. Imagine what's possible. You are currently overpaying on your taxes. I am virtually certain of that. If you make more than $500,000 annually and are a business owner, or if you are a high net worth individual and clients large and small across the country save millions of dollars in taxes. How do we do this? We use a powerful combination of time testing.
Continue on US 92 East for 4 miles.
Tax lawyers and CPAs.
goes to Orange City. There it is.
I think his lack of aggressiveness was basically because he was tired. I don't think it had anything to do with me. He was great on the boards. I thought he had great moments. But the tremendous sign because he's going to be back, to be honest. We're back on Thursday. Ready?
Yikes.
NFL season. Which quarterback is the jury still out on? I'm looking at you, Daniel Jones. We'll answer that on Thursday. Keyshawn J. Monsoon on ESPN Radio. Michael Jr. Trigger scales here. Trevor, major running back. I'm sure you can ask every place. NIL, JP, that's going to be called Bring Back You. I'm going to have fundraisers. I'm going to get together other prominent alumni to donate money to businesses around there to give to the football players on his team to show them, hey, when you come here, this is how we're going to love you. All night scholarship. Today, we got news about Oregon Ducks defenseman came on the door, I believe it was yesterday, announcing that he had Clyde and Tinker Hatfield for Nike. Two very prominent names in the sneaker game for a long time on a non-fungible team that went on digital trading cards for a guy that would be a top 5 draft pick this upcoming spring. All of this trend seems like it's starting to get up to that line. It's starting to feel like we're inching closer to something that can resemble paper play right now. No, no, it's just a matter of who's going to end up cutting the check like a vegetable. Finding these tangential ways to get money into the pockets of individuals, as you mentioned with Kmart, right? It's Tinker Hatfield, Phil Knight are going to fund something that he can then make money off of. The moment we cut out that middleman,
Florida, where it rains when the sun is shining.
cut out the middleman because it might get a little shicey, it might get a little.
Truth is,
But even more,
every afternoon at 3 o'clock.
you're going to be faced with this value that each and every one of these individual players hold, and it's going to just sort of that should be on board for Brandon something, but that is what's put in the phone. That was the next step for you. What happened? Came out. Situation was a nice build for can't create a crime to show how much we can. Right, but it treated everybody as the same. First of the night, you man on that scholarship roster. And we know that's not the case. Aaron King was out securing the bag Thursday in a way a lot of his teammates weren't. So this typically was the next step. Because you're right, there are going to be some parts of this might come with the individual likeness. Once they on the bag, players are taking advantage of while things are happening. Put it right back. It's like they're on the sound. For a lot of these guys, their moves are probably depending on what their following is, depending on what their performance is. That to me is going to be the next step. Is how creative can these institutions get? Because don't get me wrong, purposely right now. We just got through a June where college athletes were allowed to come back on specifically for football on campus as recruits for the first time in a year. College coaches are exhausted coming off this month. Those get players
Not that she's not talking to me.
It's 1,000 feet. Turn right onto the I-275 north to Ocala.
Figured close, just give him 1,000 feet. That'd be
Turn right onto the I-275 north ramp.
But now with this new wave of dollars and cents, it's a great time. Hey, while you're making this decision, think about other ways we can see there.
In half a mile, merge onto I-275 north.
This campus will show
Massive parking deck.
plus though.
Continue on I-275 north for 3 miles. In half a mile, use the right lanes to take exit 45B for I-4 East toward Orlando. Use the right lane to exit 45B. Continue for 8 miles.
Interesting sound. Tires take.
Different kinds of asphalt.
by the way, we're going over to this mall. We're going to meet CJ for dinner. Talk about a few ideas. Just be, nice dinner meeting to get us ready for the peak season. And camera from down there in Inglewood way. So is that what our riverfront park looks like?
Hardly. Oh no, it's very.
I saw it while they were building. I saw the frame area. Superstructure.
Mm-hmm.
I remember walking by it, like you said, thinking, man, you could just sit here and listen.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they handle that. Well, I say that, but I know that they can't have that open.
Right.
No touring artist is going to say, sure, just have 500 people stand back on this wooden area here and they can see the tree 10 feet away.
But all the people that live in those condos around there.
Oh yeah, they can do it. And I was at the several condos that have balconies. And you sit right out on that balcony and you're right there in the concert.
Well, it'll be interesting. A little over a month.
Next week's first concert.
I know, but for me, a little
Oh,
over
for
a month,
you, that's
I'll be
right,
there
yeah,
for Jim Gaffney.
Yeah, yeah.
Take exit 9, then keep right at the fork.
Interesting period. It's going to go pretty far to the west. More like over where Nathan and Cole are, period.
Continue on I-75 south.
Homeowner Association sent us an email about how to prepare for Elsa.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's everybody's making a big deal about it because it's a hurricane in July.
Yep, Tony was down here.
Really?
Yep. From where? Question mark. He's near Jacksonville. He was sleeping. I guess he slept in his car. should have known. Must not have behind at work.
The call of the hurricane.
In half a mile, take exit 257 for Florida 60 East toward Brandon.
It's a bit good if this is a decent mall.
Take exit 257.
Pick up something for the kids. Like a Lego store or something.
Continue for 1.5 miles.
It was in Horseshoe Beach. Back home. Hope to be back home tomorrow morning. Did you see our camera in Horseshoe Beach? Question mark. I mean, if he's near Jacksonville, he'll be home in 6 hours. There's a top right there. Please let us pass it.
Keep left at the fork.
Probably not going to pass it. We'll see. I'm telling you, it's multi-level. Dang it, it's further down.
Keep left at the fork.
Hey, I put my blinker on. Calm yourself.
You got 3 lanes to choose from.
Damn, should have driven down the interstate so I could show you.
Not that important. I don't know. I'll ask him. What's the reason?
Florida 60 East for half a mile.
What's the use of having driving range that's 30 feet in the air?
What it is they can fit more people. It's a
I
money.
understand that aspect of it.
And it's just fun, I guess. Like you said, like it's not accurate or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason that you go to a drive is to practice driving under, accurate, realistic conditions. That's not realistic. Feet in the air. I drove a golf ball 600 yards.
In 1,000 feet, use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto Brandon Town Center Drive.
AMC, we can go see a movie.
It's playing now.
Use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto Brandon Town Center Drive.
I think this weekend, Black Widow finally opens. Oh, for Pete's sake.
1,000 feet, turn right to stay on Brandon Town Center Drive.
Hold on. All right, when we pull in
Turn
here,
right to stay on Brandon Town Center Drive.
I'm going to turn the camera off. Nothing to see, so there. Oh yeah, we'll see the Top Golf over here, it looks like. This gigantic mall. Huge freaking mall. Put the drone up and show you. I'm halfway there.
Golfers as they're driving. What the hell?
The mall is busy. Nope. There it is. All right, Tony. It's like a large wedge tornado in Jacksonville area earlier today. Gosh. All right, Mike and I are going to run inside. Interviewing Dr. Phil Klotzbach at 10 a.m. And I'll edit that together. I still need to edit together the stuff from Eric Webb. We'll finish picking up the cameras tomorrow. Might be back in Wilmington. A couple of the cameras are still running. They'll keep on going.